portable pot punches in the Port Harcourt Airport. Don't worry, it's not too fast for you. We have more stories. Imo State increasing their minimum wage, and IMSI wins Big Brother Nigeria House. Join us today on the morning break as we go deeper into more of these stories. I am Abbas Muhammad.
I'm Mohammed Kabir.
And I'm Barry to the world.
Welcome back to the amazing show known as the morning break. Today we have a lot of stories for you here in Nigeria, and starting with Nigeria, the motorists have ground operations as Anambra police enforce tinted permit ban. You know, last week the enforcement of the tinted permits began after October 1st, and we already saw about 25 vehicles being impounded in Delta State. But then in Anambra, motorists have, parked their vehicles to the side of the road, no more driving, as their vehicles have tinted glass or tint, but at the same time, they do not have, or they do not pay, they have not paid for these permits, they have not paid for these tints. It is very unfortunate because this shouldn't be an issue in the first place. We've seen other countries have regulations, for tints, but then at the same time, they do not require their citizens to pay for these permits. This is because there is a regulation. The regulation is that you can have your permit, but as long as it is not impairing your vision, and at the same time the authorities can't see you in your vehicle. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, the reverse is the case. Not only are you not allowed to have thick tint, at the same time you have to pay for this tint, about 16,000 naira every year for this tint. Don't forget, you have to pay for your license, your car license, insurance, and other essentials for your vehicle. KB, what do you think about this unfortunate situation for motorists?
So correct you, is not only 16,000 naira. I think there are unforeseen charges that would cover up to 40,000 naira. So, and even though we know they said they're doing it for security reasons, but to see a lot of people drop their cars because of tinted, and which we know it will affect, these are not only private cars, these are commercial vehicles too, which people, because of this, people might not go to work. The price of transport might increase, will definitely increase, because there will be shortage of these commercial vehicles, and the price of transport will hike. It will surge up. So this, I would not say it's even, I understand it's for security purpose, but I think at this point we have, do bandits, like I said, do bandits use cars? Do even armed robbers, will they come and they can't carry operations like this? Tinted cars are not enough reasons for you to, why not you should just issue them a ticket rather than impound their car? Why not? We've seen how they do it in outside countries. They issue you a ticket, then you go with your car, then you pay, but not you'd impound the car because of a tinted permit. So that's not enough reason for you to impound someone's car. And why would you give something of short notice? Even though we've seen a courts trying to stop this, they've even issued a stop request. A stop.
Like they should suspend it.
A suspension. Thank you. A suspension. But the police are not abiding. These are the people that are supposed to abide, to even tell people to abide by the law, but they themselves are not abiding by this law, by this judgment.
It does not favor them.
Because honestly,
it raises the question about how genuine this particular permit is, because the money is not going to the country's single treasury account. It's going diverted to a private account, one parkway microfinance bank.
I hope they are not trying to pack the money, because Nigeria is a very funny place. They might go and pack they are putting it in parkway to pack the money. And this is not the people that is 20 million for crackers.
And it's really begs the question, why, what do they exactly need this money for? Like I mentioned, there are countries that also have a bit of regulation, like the USA, Canada, UK. Not that you pay for the permit, no. If you are going to have a permit, as long as it's not impairing your vision and it's not beyond the limit, because sometimes people can make it too thick and it hinders their own driving too, not just that of others. Their own driving, they might not be able to see the road. Especially, we've seen things where the person inside is not seeing what is outside at night, and during the day it looks like it is night because it's that dark. But that is not really the concern of the Nigerian police. They say it is for security reasons. But it also begs the question, if it is for security reasons, why not, in a way, why not link the people's, let's say, NIN? We did the same for SIM cards. We were like, okay, there were a lot of things going on with the SIM card and whatnot. So we linked our NIN, your personal identification number. Nobody can, fabricate yours. Yours is yours. It's for your SIM card. So why don't we do the same thing for, motor vehicles? We link our NIN to our vehicles, for registration. And wherever you are stopped they can verify whether it is yours or not. Why is it not free? Why are we paying money for this, Barry?
All I can say, they should come and press our neck now. They should come and hold our neck and say that, okay, I collect all our money in our purse. Because you close eye, open eye today, they say you are collecting money for this. Close eye, open eye, they say you are collecting money for this. They should come and collect all the money in our accounts. Because we are working for government at this point. Small thing permit, and then the court has issued a judgment, right? The court has issued a judgment that they suspend this while this whole case, this whole litigation, like tarries in court. That you should stop this, they should pause this. But it's the zealousness that they are using to enforce this that is scaring me. Certain people have had to park their cars. Certain people have had to not go to work. Certain people are
including commercial vehicles.
Certain people are sleeping at home right now because of this, and I'm wondering, is this the same Nigeria that we want to work? Is this the same Nigeria? How they now get the money that they are using to pay all this? Like, it doesn't make sense. These cars are about around the capital, over 210 vehicles have been impounded thus far. Over 210 vehicles have been impounded thus far. There's the law. There's the law enforcement that is supposed to enforce the law. They are going against the law. They are creating unnecessary traffic. People are losing money. People are losing money because they can't afford, because they are afraid to go out, and then they seize their cars and impound their cars. Nigeria is actually scary right now. We've talked about ease of doing. There's no ease of doing business now. Okay, just carry I just want to work. I just want to carry out my normal day-to-day activities and make ends meet. But they don't want me to make any ends meet.
It's like they're already planning for your end to meet you.
At this point.
They want my end to meet me before I meet that. Like, do you understand? It's crazy. And these politicians, the funny thing is that these laws are imposed on the average citizen. It's very, very ridiculous. They don't stop any high government official and say, okay, let's see your permit. Would they do that?
You don't do that.
No, now.
Perhaps that's why the stolen
police car that is stolen.
That's why it has not been recovered. So what's the point?
Do you understand? So it is the law. The law is basically enforced on people who are not seen as above the law, because everybody that is a selective justice, right? Because as we know it right now, there are certain people that are above the law. For instance, our executive. The whole executive we're talking about, our politicians down to the officials themselves. They are the ones that are above the law. Then it's the masses. Let's call them the ordinary masses. We are the ones that are now experiencing this, and it is sad. It is sad because it is us that are supposed to make our lives easier, but it's our lives that are trying to make harder by all means, because at the end of the day, it's your life, it's my life, that it's your life that anyway, it's not my life in Jesus but it's our lives that they are trying to make miserable, and it is sad, but
it's quite unfortunate.
Indeed.
Like, see, talk no the full basketball more. If I start, it's really sad.
It's really sad. And then these people, the officers that will be enforcing this particular law or verdict, how many of them actually possess personal cars, with things that they know the pain of having to pay for that thing? I don't think they are looking at it just as a thing of luxury. Things is not just about luxury. It protects you also from the sun.
And this funny enough, this is not just a one-time payment. It's every year. This is a year.
Exactly.
How do you expect
a recurrent payment? Do you understand? And it's the taxes that they want. They should just go on my neck. Like I
tomorrow
said,
you might wake up
just come and press my neck.
You might have to pay tax for breathing in this country, because at some point taxes are just coming out of the blue. Imagine somebody that a commercial taxi driver that has tinted in his car, you ask him to pay 16,000. You think he will squeeze that 16,000 out of these Nigerians? He must squeeze that money back. So unfortunately, I'm making life harder for people amidst this chaos that we're already in.
Well, like the NBA has, filed a lawsuit against this particular law. We do hope that the government and also the court is going to win this for the masses, because this is a great deal for the masses.
Amen.
And moving on to our next story, cooking gas prices stay high despite Pengassan's suspension of strike. Now, there's something very funny about this country. Whenever you hear there will be fuel scarcity, gas scarcity. No, I think this is probably one of the first times we've had gas scarcity, because we're used to, yes, fuel scarcity, kerosene scarcity. But this is the first time I've had gas scarcity. People queuing up with gas cylinders. It's scary at the same time, because it's cooking gas. The amount of time, it's not like, buying petrol for your car. If you are buying petrol for your car, you might decide to park it, use public transport and go to work. But if you don't have gas at home to cook, what is the alternative?
Thief. I thought that's what they want at this point now.
What do you steal? What do you steal? Perhaps they want us to start, cutting mango tree branches, and, drying them up for a few days, starve a few days before we can finally have something to use and cook. And it's very unconventional. We're talking about avoiding deforestation. Yes, we're talking about global warming, climate change. So if we cannot afford gas, what's the next line of action? It's coal and firewood. At the same time, one of the things that pisses me off is when I'm passing by a fueling station now, for example, and the fueling station does not have fuel, but in front of it, black market. So you're coming, you tell someone, I'm going to the fueling station, but then you get to the fueling station, you're buying black market. It's the same thing with the gas. Although the head of National Association of Liquefied Petroleum Gas Marketers said that this particular scarcity is going to end soon, hopefully. Talking about the suspension, the strike, the starting of the strike was the cause of all this delay. Like the supply has run out, and at the same time, before the strike, Dangote refinery was undergoing maintenance, and that's why we have like a backlog of not having enough gas and fuel at the same time. But then it also begs the question: in the first place, should Pengassan have gone for that strike to put Nigerians in this situation?
You can't play with selfish interests. They are very selfish because of the interest of few people. You don't have to put like this is what I said last week. Because of their own interest, their own selfish interest. See the situation they put Nigerians. A kg of gas is selling above 3,000 naira today. Something that was just 1,002 last week. So because of your own selfish interest, this is where you put Nigerians. The whole over a million population. This is where you put us. Because of the interest of just few. Honestly, it's a very sad reality here in Nigeria. That's very selfish. Honestly, from Pengassan, they should have done better. They should have found a way to resolve their issue. But for you people to just come and do something like this because of your own interest, now it affects everybody, even them themselves, because they have wives. When they eat, is manna going to come from heaven? They don't have to eat, and this is it, and it will even have direct. So it's just as if they are doing self-harm. Since they are not having, I don't know, maybe they will dig their own gas from the ground. Maybe they have free gas, but I don't know. As long as they're in Nigeria, they are going to buy gas too. Because how many houses will you go and they're using cooking? They're using firewood to cook. But are they trying to send us back to the 80s to go back to using firewood again? Because you cannot use, you have seen the price of electricity. So you cannot use electric cooker. They know born you well. Gas was better, and now the gas said we are trying to put us, see the trouble we are trying to put us back now. So it's really sad. It's
quite unfortunate, especially as gas was already, the price of gas was going down. It was below one. It was less than 1,000.
Because the last time I bought gas, I bought it for around 1,003 something. Then when I went and the guy told me I bought it for less than I usually used to buy. Yeah. I was also something. What goes up really comes. Something needs to come down in this country.
It even went below 1,000 at some station.
So now all of a sudden, for it to fly to 3,000, it's a very sad reality. It's
a very sad reality. Now moving on to our next story, we're going to the United Kingdom. Let's japa a little bit, but then. Because Kemi is there, Barry, we will start with you. Because Kemi is there, you're failing Yoruba. Kemi is there, you have to get there legally. You cannot come there illegally. Kemi says UK is not for everybody, even though she herself is not from there. But okay. So the Conservatives have pledged to remove 750,000 migrants under their new border plans, talking about that these illegal immigrants are taken away from the resources of their society, but then it's a controversial thing, even though, because, earlier during the colonial times, we know of, Britain going around colonizing places, taking things forcefully without permission. Because I don't remember if the likes of Sahaba Macaulay or the Queen Elizabeth applied for a visa before coming to Nigeria that year. They did not. They all came here at their own forced free will, because I will not call that complete free will, it was forced free will. But then, there's a lot of controversy surrounding it, because there was also a video of one of the protesters talking about they don't want migrants in their country. And he was asked, why do they not want migrants in their country? And he said it's because they are stealing their jobs, they are stealing this and stealing that. And then another person still said he does not hate migrants. And the sole reason is because these migrants actually contribute to their economy, that they don't have enough population and they don't have enough people to fill certain slots. You understand? But then the government is failing, and the government doesn't know where to put the blame. So they're putting that blame on the migrants, saying that their resources are limited to handle both citizens and migrants. It raises a lot of questions. But at the same time, why is Kemi? Because Kemi has been, it has been on the controversial platform ever since she came to the limelight, talking about how much she does not like, how much she was cutting ties, with Nigeria. When you leave the country, you achieve things. The first thing you do is remember your home country. Okay, I'm from so place. This is what builds me. But reverse is the case for Kemi.
Now you will get sense with that.
No, but Kemi's issue, the truth is what she's saying a lie? Is she telling lies? Basically, what she has been saying about Nigeria, has she been lying? And if she has been lying, Nigeria should come with proofs to negate that. Then down to the issue at hand, the deportation of 150,000 not legal migrants, illegal migrants. Illegal migration is a crime anywhere in the world. So let's not try to politicize it. Let's not try to make it about nationality and whatnot. This is an issue. It's a serious issue. They say we don't have issues with you coming through the normal routes, but coming through the back doors and stealing the jobs that are meant for the citizens, causing mayhem without even being documented in the system. Because basically, there's a lot of chaos happening in UK right now. UK is really literally on fire. And basically, you're trying to stop and curb all these excesses and say, okay, if these migrants, these illegal migrants are the cause and the root cause of these issues, then let's tackle it. We've heard of Nigeria similarly in cases of this herder, where we heard about the farmer herder clashes, and we heard that some of these people who we claim to be Fulani were not actually Nigerians. They're not actually Nigerian Fulani, but migrants from Niger. So we talk about our borders. So you see how illegal migrants have come into our country and caused mayhem. And then they say that they don't want these illegal migrants coming to cause mayhem. They have every right to do that. But coming from the political angle, we've seen in cases in the UK where they use this issue of migrants as a political weapon. So basically, when they want to harness voter participation, like basically want to touch the heart of the citizens, just mention migrants or illegal migrants, and then basically you just have the citizens' heart, because they rally around that. Basically, people rally around hate so much, because they tell you they are taking your jobs, they're taking this, they're taking that. And I saw a video, like you said, he said they took our jobs. And okay, they asked him, okay, what about your qualification? Whatever qualifications do you have? He said that they are taking those as well. I'm like, are you serious? And then the guy was shirtless, and they say they've taken his shirt as well. So it's like that. It's harnessing emotions, right? Because at the end of the day, the average white man, although they say racism is gone, but the average white man is racist to an extent. I mean, we have seen this, and we're not talking about things that are fictitious. These are real life happenings. So it's more like playing on the emotions of the masses, right? And to be able to garner their support during the elections. That's basically how I see it. I see it as a political move, first of all. And secondly, they need a security move as well. They need to secure the country. They need to make it safe for the citizens in the land. I mean, if something was supposed to, I get like 400 naira. And then we're 4 in the house. Okay, I've already planned that we'll share this 400 naira equally, like 100, 100, 100. And then before you know it, like 500 people came through the back door, and then they came and like, how far and everything, and you still have to feed these people. You don't want to do that, I'm heartless and everything. And then they come, and then you actually have to split that 400 naira that was not enough in the first place amongst these other people as well. Or worse still, they get to steal 200 from the 400 that all of us are going to share. Do you understand? These are practical ways to. This is as practical as it gets. So it is that way. That is the way they think. I wish Nigeria is this Nigeria centered as the other countries, because if we're that Africa centered, we're that nation centered, Nigeria centered, we'd actually move forward. We have a lot. Our borders are very, very porous. I don't even know if Nigerians have visas. Like they actually go through the right routes to entering this country. So it's a lot of things, and other people are doing this, protecting their countries. I think Nigeria should also protect their country as well.
Well, you know, sorry, but part of the things Fubara mentioned, I would want to really point out I'll call it insensitivity, you know, of Kemi, because she is also, you know, immigrant. Even if she's legal in that country, that is not her home country, you understand? What I want to point out here is that she mentioned that those who came into the country illegally, and then now they are seeking asylum, now they want to go through the legal process while in the country, they should not be granted asylum, and they should be sent back to where they should be sent back. And then when she was asked where should they be sent back, she said wherever they were coming from. Yes. So no,
you don't need steal. No,
hold on.
You go market, go steal food from the market. Then you now say that now you want to pay. I want to pay now. They already carried you to police station, and they now say that you want to go and pay for it. It's already too late. I believe you are enlightened about history, and you know the history of Britain. Remember, even the great United States of America was built by Chinese people and the Irish. They brought in people en masse to build their country. So is it a situation of, okay, you use people until they build what you want for them and then you discard them? These people coming to your country, whether legally or illegally, are people, listen, whether they're coming legally or illegally, they have a history with you. You have been into their country before. Yes, one of the people that invade or migrate to the United Kingdom. So do we live in the past? It's not a matter of the past. We have to include the past in order to move forward in the present. The world has moved past that right now. You really think so? The world has moved past that. You really think so? Well, we continue to live and dwell on pity parties rather than... Because look at the root causes. People are illegally migrating to those countries to sit for greener pastures. What is happening in our home countries? These people have left our country years ago. Our politicians are stealing money. They are making life... Because most of them even travel on means of asylum. They are making life difficult for Nigeria. So what is making Nigeria so uncomfortable that Nigerians and other people from other countries are leaving their countries en masse to those places illegally? Remember, but to even highlight, if Nigeria was a safe haven, would you want to leave? You know, about talking of coming through illegally, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of foreigners in this country that are here without visas and they are still staying in our country. That is on us. That is on us. Like I said, we have to also enforce those laws as well. They are doing what's right for them. Let's do what's right for us as well. But you can't tell people that you can't do what's right for yourself if because I'm not doing what's right for me. Because you are not taking care of yourself. Do you understand? Just like I said, I'm not taking care of myself, that you should not take care of yourself as well. Part of the actions of the United Kingdom is what has left some countries in their present situation till date. The activities that they carried during the colonial times still sticks with them, still stigmatizes with them, because it's the structure they left that they are employing. And that's where you're seeing it. So you cannot just say, yeah, because they have their fellow corrupt, it's their fellow black man that is a corrupt politician and whatnot. That's what's president. My question is, why is Kemi here? Why is Kemi your Nigerian politician to steal billions of naira? Listen. If she's really trying to protect the United Kingdom, if she's really trying to keep their society safe, then she should go back to her own country to allow them to do. She's already a citizen. What made her a citizen? She's already a citizen of that country. What made her a citizen? She was not born there. She was not born there. People get citizenship on different routes, either through naturalization or like parental this thing. If your parents is from there and as well, you can actually get, or by birth as well. So either. So that means might have been for naturalization, but she went through the right process. What she's saying is not wrong to come to this state. It's not wrong to come to my country,
she would have gotten that opportunity.
It is wrong to come illegally and come and take what rightfully belongs to the citizens of the country. We cannot continue to live in that old rhetoric. We cannot prosper past that if we keep telling ourselves this.
Even if it changes form to Eba, Gari is Gari.
Exactly.
That's at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Gari is still Gari.
He has it. Change form you get citizenship for UK. Since she's their politician, they let you.
I'm here fighting for my own country. I cannot run.
Exactly.
I'm not. I'll use the word. Coward.
For me, someone that could not stay to try and change her own country, going to another country and try to form that she's bringing reforms and changes to that, I do not subscribe to that. But then, like Barry said, she is doing what's right for her country since she's now a citizen of the United Kingdom. And then let's bring it back to our nation when it comes to drama. Nigeria is never free from drama. Singer Portable. Whenever you see Portable on the headlines, you just know that something bizarre has happened. Apparently, Habeeb Okikiola, am I saying that right, Barry? Okikiola, popularly known as Portable, has grabbed the attention of many internationals after a video of him fighting at Port Harcourt Airport surface. In the video, the artist was engaging in a physical scuffle. One thing I would say about Portable, before we go into more details of the story, one thing about Portable is that he's never shy from taking it physical. Celebrities are fond of being keyboard warriors, type this, type that, but Portable is always physical. If he's not jumping fence, running from the police, he's physically fighting with somebody or backing on stage. Kabiru, she said his name is not Kabiru. Kebi. What do you think about Portable's drama in Port Harcourt?
You cannot. Anyway, you cannot see smoke without fire. There's no way you see Portable without trouble. Portable is the definition of trouble today. While at today, trouble outcome. I don't know why would a person like himself, somebody of that, I would call him a star now, since he's a superstar. Since now you call Portable, everybody knows who Portable is. Allow himself to be engaging in this kind of violent act. Well, he does not even think about his station. Portable don't even care about his status. Now you carry down for him. If you touch how people fight, well, I don't think it's okay for somebody to even get physical. Something that was, I think they were talking to him on one of us, and his head is on fire.
No, but Portable is he's a street boy.
Yeah, that's his nature.
You can
actually.
Take a street boy out of the streets, but you cannot take the street out of him. He's a street boy, true and
he has volcano inside his head.
Do you understand? So it's basic. I heard that it was a prank that they played on him, but you don't go carry prank, go play on Warrior.
God of War.
On God of War. Do you understand? So you just went to go and play a prank on the God of War, and he has shown. And then I also saw that he brought out Juju. He's okay.
He said he's cooked up in.
No, he's to show you guys he's always ready. He's
ready.
Never be caught on fresh.
Do you understand?
Cooked
and up. It's funny. It's funny, but at the end of the day, certain people, you actually really need to tell them, like, who is the manager of this one now? He has fired this man. We saw that he fired his manager, but at the end of the day, there's a way, like you said, he's a celebrity. There's a way that a celebrity is supposed to present themselves. There's a proper way they're supposed to conduct themselves. And I don't think he subscribes to that particular ideology, because he's falling short in so many ways. He's falling short in so many ways. There are certain ways that he could have handled that situation. But Portable is Portable. Street boy, true and true. And whatever you see is what you get with him.
And you people, those pranksters, should be careful. Now that juju, he should have turned you to frog. That juju that he brought out, you turn you to frog or crocodile. Like you people should be careful. There are certain people that you do not prank like this. There are people that are very calm. They will take it. But you see, Baba don't sharply come on juju. No time.
Oh, Portable, man of drama, the celebrity that makes you feel like being a celebrity is not all that. And then moving on, we have 8 illegal refineries taken down by the Nigerian army in the move, to stop illegal refinery operations and whatnot. The details of the story says that the Nigerian army have intensified their fight against oil theft in Niger Delta, Bayelsa, and Akwa Ibom. 8 different refineries, and they recover about 18,000 liters of crude oil in these illegal refineries. Lieutenant Colonel Danjuma Jonah confirmed this development in the statement, noting that the operations carried out in collaboration with other security agents led to the arrest of several illegal refineries. But the question now here is, I believe Nigeria has 4 not working refineries, no?
It is well. So
how are we having these illegal refineries uprooting like plants? Because this thing grows faster than corn. As if you plant corn in, let's say you plant it in May, by June, July, maybe August, you're harvesting already and you're selling. So why are we having so many refineries uprooting here, left, right, and center, but we do not have our own functioning refineries?
To show you the deficit we have in this issue. And the logic here, maybe me, it was hard for me to comprehend, but I don't know, Barry might help me. Stopping an illegal refinery in a country that does not have a working refinery.
Legal working.
Where's the logic there?
No,
I don't know, maybe it's me, I have a problem comprehending this issue.
I understand them cutting short those refineries, but it is the fact that these people could get, is the fact that it is possible for us to refine crude oil in Nigeria.
Let me ask you.
They have established a premise that it is possible. Refining of crude oil is possible.
With
right?
less accessibility to
but
options.
they did it like it's sabi something. You can't beat person with sabi am.
No need to learn.
Do you understand?
Pride.
Okay, what are the measures that they are going through to refining this crude oil? Are these standard measures? What does it come out well as it ought to? When you ask these questions, okay, it comes out well. Then you adopt certain things. They take advantage of whatever it is, whatever it is that you can confiscate it. But I'm hearing that they destroyed and whatever. It does not make sense. Get them. Sabian, but they destroy person with Sabian. It does not make any sense. But you could rehabilitate criminals. You could rehabilitate this other Boko Haram, but you could not rehabilitate this 8. We have 4 refiners that are not working.
Please emphasis on they are not working.
One of the ones that were not working, they sold it to Dangote and he's making use of it. He's producing oil for the entire nation and is exporting abroad. These other ones, they could not.
Yes,
it makes no sense. We have shown you that
monopoly.
Time and time again, refining of crude oil is possible in Nigeria, but we are not able to make that because certain people are making money and cashing out of non-existent refineries in Nigeria. Quote me anyway.
That's why, like I always said, I think there are certain people that are purposely sabotaging this country not to work. Because I don't know where the logic is. You see food, chop, gree me another person chop. Why? If you are not ready, then leave these people to do it. If you don't want to, then you should come and, okay, you people know how to do it. Come, let's employ you. You can expand it. But you don't have refinery that is working. Yet you saw illegal refineries. Instead of you to take advantage of it, you people have spoiled it. You people have destroyed it. Come on, man. It's like there's one woman that like I always say, things like this. Either we are cursed or somebody have placed one juju on us. Because I don't know whether it's
cost or cost, basically.
Because how? At least you wow. It is well. It is well.
And one thing to know that is that we do commend the troops for doing their job because this is part of their task.
Yeah.
For able to trace and track these people and apprehend them. But then at the same time, I'll take us back to a video I once saw. I think the last elections or the elections before that, where a soldier was like, "You people should know who to vote for. Vote right, because the leaders you vote for are the ones that will back others at us, and we don't know anything more than yes sir, yes sir. Because in the military there's something like no sir. You understand? So they will do their job, but then the people we elect.
No, this is not on the military.
Exactly. The people we elect are the ones that will
give the command.
to do for them to do the right thing. And then moving on to voting for the right leaders, former presidential candidate of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, slams TINUBU for visiting Jos, Plateau State, Plateau, for the funeral of their national, and the mother of their national their national party chairman of the APC, Professor these just names are a bit of a roller coaster.
Yes.
Tongue twister. So yeah, the president went there for the funeral of their party chairman's mother. No, not the party chairman, the party chairman's mother. And why this might have been or could have been a good move for the president, we know that the president is social and whatnot, but then this is the same
social
plateau that we're having to this is the same plateau we're having so much killings almost on a daily basis, kidnappings, ethnic clash, religious clash. But the president did not visit any of these places. He went for a funeral. And former presidential candidates Atiku Abubakar condemned this action, saying, why not visit these communities? Even if you were going for the funeral, at least visit these communities. But you discarded them. How do you think the people would feel? And is it just the president? Does the president not really keep tab with what happens in the country? Those around him, those that provide information for him, do they not brief him about these things, or do they intentionally, keep him in a cocoon, shield him from all these realities that are happening? Because what if the president now was attacked? What would he have said? Would he have known that there was so much, chaos going already in justice? But then, it's good, for the former presidential candidate to call him out, and it's good for these people to call him out. But is this message really even getting to him at all?
You are saying he will be attacked. Here is going with convoy. You see the land convoy he will go with.
One whole state, he's taking one whole local government as convoy.
Okay.
Saying how will he feel? How will he feel care?
Feel care.
Person wey no dey chop meat, wetin concern goods. The only thing, let me tell you, honestly, but how do they feel? By 2027, you see how they felt, how they feel. Because you see every day in Nigeria, that's our reality. You cannot go a week without hearing, okay, there's a clash here, somebody died, they've kidnapped somebody.
Here or there.
But it takes the government, the press, it takes them sometimes they do not even address these issues. Even though, okay, we understand the Atiku Abubakar's comments might be political, he might have his own political interest, but even though there's an atom of truth there, you are in this place, why can't you just go to this? This is the place where a lot of people were killed. We saw the Benue, he did not go. It was later that they came lining up children in school uniform, that if my child was there, I don't think there's a court that can separate me and that school authority to see my child in uniform coming to welcome one Bola TINUBU.
Why? We didn't even have an Oktoberfest celebration.
But they can come and gather people's children to come and just where's the logic? Where's the thinking there? You came to a state whereby killings are happening. At least go and, even if you are not, go and address these people. Tell them you understand their pain. And not even the president, extended to the worst of them all are the state governors. There was one that I was very pissed off at. This is Kwara State. That killings are happening, but the governor is there going to a birthday going to a birthday celebration where there are killings happening in your state. But killings happening in your state, but your problem is birthday party. When I saw that, honestly, deep down, I was praying to God. Gone to another
state. I was gone to Imo to go and do this thing. No,
I think Nigerians need to open their eye when it comes to selecting leadership, because when you were going for campaign, you were able to go to every nook and cranny.
Exactly.
But now
you don't need your vote.
But now when you do, they don't know that. At that time they'll tell you that they don't know that there's insecurity that time that they're doing the campaign. But now they'll tell you that the place is not safe. I wanted to say something, but may God have mercy. I deserve my comment. But the government needs to do better. You need to go and share the burden with these people. Okay, I understand. Sorry, we will make sure we even state government.
It is a lot.
It's a lot to comprehend. Honestly, it's a lot to take in.
I'm not saying the president, although he's supposed to be busy. I mean, this is the this is the president of a whole nation. There's a lot of burden and obligations upon him. But he had the time, he had the capacity to go for this burial. He had the time and capacity to go for the Oyo Oba's coronation. He had the time to do that. But there was no time to go and visit the people who are mourning the loss of a loved one or so. The kidnap of... He had no time to issue that. He had no time to go and visit them, but he had time for all this. It shows you that they really do not send you, and it shows you that come 2027, you need to make a very, very smart decision. Because really, they don't send you.
This is a very
That's basically what he's telling you. He don't send you 9 people in the send. He don't send you. The people that are going to deliver votes to him, all this, those are the people he sends. He and his cabal and his members, those are the people that he sends. But honestly, they don't rate you the average Nigerian. That is why they can do whatever they do, and they feel they can do it and get away with it. They just feel that they can throw money and see where it sticks. Come 2027, I hope Nigerians have cleared their eyes and remove whatever it is that politicians have used to blind their eyes, be it rapper, be it money or whatever, or spaghetti. I pray they remove that from their eye and look at the real leaders.
Honestly, even if you cannot go to these whole places, at least you can go to few.
I'm not saying go everywhere, at least a
sometimes
few.
it even takes them days to address this situation. It takes them days to address this. Imagine going to a birthday party. God, even the person celebrating that birthday party, God will judge you. That honestly, because it's how, imagine now people being killed, but governor, what you have time is for birthday party and going to Imo.
If you discuss Nigeria,
you can go to another state, but you cannot come and address people.
That's part of the things the former presidential candidate of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, is mentioning that even in June, the president did visit Benue, but it was for a social event and not to visit those who.
That's what I'm saying. You can even be you were in that state, but you cannot go and address these people. Why?
That begs the question whether he is being, there's some sort of gatekeeping that is going on there, not allowing him to get this particular information. But as a leader, you really should be worried about, the welfare of your people and dig deeper.
If they kill them all, who votes for you in 2027?
Well,
maybe
better,
maybe Agbado might, maybe the cons might come out and vote for you. Because if they kill all the people, I don't know who's going to come out.
Maybe they plan to read it. We don't know.
Exactly. The president should take note, and his aides and those who advise him should really take note of this and plan properly. We need a president that connects with his people and not one that is just concerned about himself and those very close to him. And then moving on still on poor leadership, the Deputy Senate President Jibrin Barau has promised or created a foundation to give 20,000 naira each to 10,000 Kano residents. This is talking about giving 10,000 less privileged persons across the 44 local governments of areas of Kano set to receive 20,000 naira each from the Deputy President. And report says that the Deputy Speaker of the House of Assembly is a philanthropist, and in the past, this is not the first time he has done something like this. Apparently, in the past,
cheerful giver.
Exactly. If they use national resources, they do give away.
Apparently, in the past, he's sponsored candidates for postgraduate domestic scholarships and undergraduate scholarship schemes in Kano. But it also begs the question: the same Kano state that we know with poor educational facilities, the same Kano that we know that the classrooms are unfit for students to learn, people sitting on the floor to learn like it was some sort of gathering, roofing without roof.
Bad road.
Exactly. So much happening within that state. And the insecurity does not stop just here. It's still over there too. So why are we having, it begs the question, how much is the budget of, the Deputy Senate President? Sorry, I mentioned Deputy Speaker previously, but the Deputy Senate President, how much, is his salary, how much is income, what business is he involved in, that he's giving about 200 million and that cannot be going into proper channels. On a normal day, yes, this is a good thing, to be a philanthropist, to give out money to people. But is that the root problem of your people?
When we were young, our parents, if we ask them for money, they'll tell us, do money grow on trees? So maybe it's a different time now. Maybe money do grow on trees now, because I don't know where you're going to fish out 1 billion naira in this. How much is his salary? His salary there was 800 million at first.
Okay.
That, you know, it's like badge A and badge B. The thing is, badges, he's doing it based on badges. How his salary in a month, and including his own allowances, comes down up not up to 30 million. This is their second. This is just 2 years plus. How much? I think their constituency allowance is just 100 million. Then where are you fishing? Where is he seen to 1 billion from?
In the fish, I mean, the money is in the sea.
How?
Money in the water, it is inside the water.
Okay, is this how him na Aquaman? Money in the water.
Yes.
Okay. Because I don't know how you are going to fetch one in a place like Kano that is suffering. That's the reality of Kano. If you go to, you see schools, very tattered. This is a place that is sharing 20,000 for what? To eat agbado and pure water, or what? And to even look at the bigger picture of this, is this a vote buying scheme? Well, this is 2027 is fast approaching. Suddenly now everybody is sharing money.
Yes, now the other lawmaker from APC, the other sharing to his money. Friends and people in his
cheerful giver.
Everybody is now a giver. I don't understand. Everybody is feeling like a philanthropist.
Give away.
They should come out. EFCC know they see these people. Innocent boys. How much are those boys speaking? We are seeing it in the news.
Not even encourage fraud. Not even encourage fraud.
Million.
But how? Why?
800 million now.
330 million. Now, from the federal government sharing 330 million.
Yes, you not see this one.
To lawmakers sharing cash of 300 million.
Okay.
They didn't see. Where are you? Why? Okay, why didn't he share this money in his first year? Is it because election is coming? Are you trying to vote by? Because we know he has intentions of. It's obvious he has intentions of contesting for governor. Why? Why not inject that money? This is a place where we've seen the reality of farming. How much does a bag of fertilizer sell? 60,000. We've seen how farmers are struggling. Why not create a subsidy for Kano farmers? You
sure say na even the whole 20K then will give them. I want to ahead of the time that they will snap you with the 20K, collect the 15K and give you only 5K.
Oh,
all your money.
Poster.
I even heard that even sometimes they cannot even give you again. AI can do the job. They will just snap.
They've upgraded to level 17 like this now. Now there's a new formula.
They not even give. Nobody smell that money.
Why not in a state like Kano that have poor education, poor roads, the reality of agriculture is very poor. Why not you should inject that money into go and rehabilitate hospitals?
To actually
bare minimum. If you want to impact life, you are giving people. If I give you 20K now. Tomorrow if I call you, maybe you even ask me to add another 20K on top. So 20K for what? How many people?
What's the purchasing power of 20K my even problem, in Nigeria?
This is a country whereby how many people are you going to come and ask? Do you have now? You do have $1 million in your account, but how can somebody access $1 billion?
Remember,
we need to ask questions.
And his sources of income. Yes, you not see this one. That's one that is
we need to ask questions.
Yes, you not see this one.
According to the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, the Deputy Senate President actually makes 9.2 million naira annually. And
so, are you a thief? Are you doing robbery there? Because how are you going to access this kind of money? 1 billion naira.
No.
It will take him over 10 years to make that kind of money.
Is well-wishers that gave him
and he's still
money.
going to eat.
He has NGO.
Because I don't know, maybe that food will come down from heaven that he does not need to spend his money. So where we need to honestly we need accountability. It's very, very, very important. And where is that? This is taxpayers' money.
He did not steal it. It's not taxpayers. It's
this
NGO
is tax.
That
This
gave
is
him money.
this NGO. Probably yeah.
Yeah, it's NGO. It's not.
Because this is a place whereby you go and buy everything. You'd see VAT. Even though there's no value, you see ads, added tax when there's no value. But this, you come and be carrying 1 billion to share. Are you trying to buy votes? EFCC needs to look into this thing. Honestly, we need checks and balances. Where is our money going? Why is somebody accessing 1 billion naira?
EFCC that said that if they don't capture Yahaya Bello, the chairman, he said that he will resign. Up to now, we have not seen his resignation letter. Yahaya Bello is out there issuing commands to the State House that they should say yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. They have not picked him up.
Yes.
Nigeria.
Yes, you people.
Where will they go?
honestly, there needs to be a proper review on this. He needs to come and explain to fellow Nigerians, this is how I got access to this money. And you should know, come on. This is a bank that, if you go to withdraw 5 million from a bank, you answer a lot of questions, but a single person is having access to ₦1 billion. It's alarming. This is not a federal government initiative. This is a deputy speaker's initiative. In a state that is suffering, with lack of proper education facilities, lack of proper health care. Yet you are coming to share 800, batch A got 800 million.
Sorry, my bad.
It's sad, honestly.
We would wait and see. Maybe the Kano residents are not complaining. The people that put him, they are not complaining. And then, talking about leadership, politicians, good hope. Well, Governor Hope Uzodinma has increased the minimum wage of his state, has increased the minimum wage of his state. He has commenced the payment of the new 104,000 naira minimum wage. And also, not only that, he also increased, French government workers now earn 104. Those are the people that are now earning the 104,000. Medical doctors now earn 513,000. And 220,000 for entry points lecturers, and that's a lot. Wow. That's a lot coming from a state governor. He actually lives by his name, Governor Hope Uzodinma.
He is giving hope.
Exactly.
Going further. Give us renewed hope, no give us this guy hope.
Exactly. Higher than.
But he won't give you wings. No, he will give you wings.
Higher than the minimum wage of 77,000 naira. This actually will do a lot. Even though the economic situation of the country is still down. At the same time, we will not commend the governor for this, because 104,000 naira is a lot. That small 1,000, 10,000 is definitely going to go somewhere for the people. And not just him, states like Lagos State also coming with their own 88,000 naira. These are states that have gone above the minimum wage, and it's very, very commendable, coming from Imo State. We do hope other states will be able to employ this.
And is it sustainable?
Hopefully it is sustainable. But then that begs the question, if a state can do this for its people.
1 month, 2 months, we can't see again. Go back to default setting.
But if a state can do this for its people, what about the federal government? Before we even got the 70,000 naira increase, the labor still went on a labor strike. We had to labor for it before it was approved. They had to literally beg for it. Like, it's as if the federal government is not aware of the economic condition of the masses. They only know their pockets. And possibly this is because their money is not coming from where it's supposed to be coming from. Because we just finished the story of Deputy Senate President Barrow. His annual salary is about 9 million naira. Are you telling me that if he was strictly living on that 9 million naira,
how many years will it take him to make that 800 million?
With the present cost of fuel, the present cost of electricity, foodstuff, do you think that 9 million naira will have still been sustainable for him? The same 9 million that has not been reversed probably in a long time, in a year. No, so I believe they are really, really out of touch with the reality of the citizens and the masses.
But my own big question is, if a state like Imo can pay 104,000, compared to a state like Lagos that generates extraordinary revenue, honestly. So is it that we're not really getting the digits that we're hearing about? Because if a state like Imo can pay, I think Lagos too can do better than that. But maybe Governor Hope,
we're talking about other states too that have not gone. There are certain states that have not even reached the minimum wage.
Yeah.
We haven't going
That's
too
the reality. Far. But at this point, I'll commend the governor. He really gave people hope, and that's a very good. Maybe I would even like to get one indigenship there, because maybe I'll relocate to Imo. But it's a good thing, because this will encourage people that
to come back to their states.
People, yes. Somebody working in Abuja earning 100,000, somebody working in Lagos earning 100,000. We know the reality of Abuja and Lagos. It's a very expensive. They would feel better to go back to their states where they know even though way of life is but it's better than Lagos. It's better than what you get in Lagos. And so he did well to encourage. This is a very good way of encouraging his people to come back and work for their state, honestly.
Yeah, kudos to Governor Hope Uzodinma.
And those that cannot even pay the minimum wage, God is watching.
This is now your mates be this, so
God is watching.
your mates be this. And then for our final story today, the winner of the Big Brother Naija season 10, a 23-year-old Imisi Ayanwale, emerged as the winner, taking home 80 million naira in cash as part of the 150 million naira grand prize after an exciting finale that wrapped up months of drama. A 23-year-old lady won 80 million naira in cash. 23-year-old.
Now.
KB.
Now.
KB.
Now.
Are we not going to sign you up?
So probably at this point. At this point, I would really like to join the next one. Well, congratulations to her. That's an achievement. That's one of, how long it would take somebody to get that certain amount, that prize that she won. So it's an lifetime achievement for her. So I did this and I won.
And maybe a springboard to other opportunities for her.
And winning amongst all those chaos, imagine as the winner amongst all those people, she really did well for that, honestly. Congratulations. Congratulations, we reach you, we reach me. Amen.
Basically, not to be a party pooper, right? Not to be a party pooper, but this is a show. This is a show. We've talked about the decadence of morality in Nigeria. This is a show that basically portrays that, right? There's a lot of things that go on that show that are not, are not really in tune or in line with our morals. I mean, we talked about the other day another person that was accused of violence, and this other person doing this, certain people, nudity and whatnot, right? And then at the end of a certain period, they get 80 million. Then someone graduates from the higher institution. Someone graduates from the higher institution, and somebody is gifting him 50K or 200K
or 20K,
or someone is telling him his Hajj. That is, like, I don't understand. You've not set this person up financially. You've not set this person up. That is basically what you are giving this person. How do you encourage education in Nigeria? We have seen a surge in the decline of education in Nigeria. We have seen a pitfall in the JAMB scores. We've seen certain people do not score. Now we are reducing the cutoff marks. Now, the cutoff mark has just been reduced because people no longer take education seriously. And you see this whole trend that they are saying education is. Why won't we feel education is a scam when someone can go on air and do a lot of nonsense and come out at the end of the day and get 80 million, or come out richer with influencers, become an influencer, because the person becomes a celebrity after the person is done with the house. And it does not matter what the person chooses to do with that fame. The person comes out a celebrity and gives the person a platform to thrive. Meanwhile, someone who went to school, came out with a first class, has nothing to show for it. We saw that the other person that came out with first class was a bandit now. Is now a bandit.
Mad transformation.
It's all the morals.
Very unexpected transformation.
So it's education. They're talking about, there's a decline and fall. Why won't there be a decline and fall in education when it is not shown and proven that education actually pays? That there is no incentive towards education now in the country. There is none. The only thing that pays now is crime.
They were complaining of strike. Just last week, they were
threatening strikes. So I don't know, man. Nigeria actually needs to work on this. Nigeria actually needs to work. Like, congratulations to her. I mean, you've gotten your money. But I'm looking at the government right now, because I saw, an SSA was congratulating. Well, no, he was not congratulating. He was talking about, now what some person in the studio said. Now he has become the SSA on social media and whatever.
Specialized in Big Brother Naija.
So he was basically analyzing this particular show and saying, the last person that won was from Delta. This other person now that won is from Oyo. That they did not want to give it to the person that is from Delta. They sidelined it.
That they rigged it.
Are you okay?
He said they rigged it.
They want to start
well, allegedly, your employer said he has complaints of rigging election. You are done talking about rigging.
Okay, like, are these people for you? Let's just be good.
They are bringing that division bias into, entertainment industry.
You see what we're talking about? Trying to put region and states. Now you're trying to set them.
Yeah, exactly, and it's very wrong because this is not politics. And this is the same thing they used to divide us when it comes to, voting the right leaders. we are supposed to be united, but then they find a way to divide us.
You know, as they say in the streets, many are mad, few are roaming. But sure,
many are mad, few are roaming. Some are in the office.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this remains the morning break. I am Abbas Muhammad.
I am Mohammed Kabir.
And I am Barry to the world, watching Morning Break.